It doesn't happen like that. There is a special software for that. I will jump a little bit. I will not jump, but basically, by the way, if you talk about programming, like programming languages come down, like you need to understand what programming is. So basically, an interesting fact is that the first programmer kind of published computer program is Ada Lovelace. So it's a lady Ada Lovelace, the daughter of this famous poet Byron. She actually is credited in being author of the first published computer program for a mechanical computer which was built or which was sold to be built by English mathematician and computer engineer or pioneer. He was engineer, basically mechanical engineer, Charles Babbage. Okay, remember these two names. And then we have kind of coincidence that our universities, like Ada University and Ada Lovelace, we have this tradition of having Ada's Legacy Day or Ada's Legacy event every year. Now, you need to understand that the machine language is the basic, but then there is a progress, how evolution of programming languages. So there is a notion of assembly language. So you would have some abbreviations like add, jump, like JMP. So short words to explain, but then you will learn actually assembly language to understand how to program for processors. So basically, instead of codes like that, you would have some abbreviations and some numbers next to it. Yeah. Then it actually started to emerge. So we actually, you probably are learning C, which is somehow in between these two. So basically, closer to the human language is higher, generation. Yeah, generation. Yeah, fifth generation. Beyond fourth is fifth. Yeah. Now you need to actually understand. Low-level language is basically it's closer to the hardware, machine language. High level, it's closer to a human. Yeah, easy. So C++ or C you learn is probably like good example of high-level language. Now I probably mentioned that quote. It's very important, and then I urge you to do it when you do programming. Let us change our traditional attitude to the construction of programs. Why is that? Because right here we say programming language allows humans to communicate instructions to computer. It's right, it's true, but think about also writing programs which would be actually, instead of imagining that our main task is to instruct a computer what to do, let us concentrate rather on explaining to human beings what we want a computer to do. Once you have higher level languages or next generation languages, higher generation language, this becomes more and more important. So write programs which when other humans look at, they would understand what do you mean. Yeah. Now and then you probably heard about this languages. There is ranking which is changing every year, and then I think 2020 is like that. So Python is growing a lot. C is still popular. Java went a little bit down. So these are the languages but then there are so many languages around. You probably will learn during your ADA years this language, this language, this language, this one. If you get game development fundamentals, you would learn for sure this. Web and mobile, this one. Data analytics, intro to big data analytics course, you would learn this. And then database courses, you would learn this. So basically we cover many languages. So be prepared to be a programming polyglot, guys. And then I think on that point we will have to stop. How much time we have? So you need to actually have 1 minute. You need to have actually a good understanding of different approaches in programming language. So structured programming, you probably, if you would do this code.org things, code.org puzzles, you would already understand structured programming. So basically, portions of programs would be actually put into the structures to actually make it easy to reuse these portions. Object-oriented program, something which you will learn in your second semester in Programming Principles 2. It's basically programming which is based on objects, and it helps to actually create big software which is maintainable. Visual programming is something you see in code or puzzles. You don't have any text, yes? There are basically graphical elements. You put them around, and then as a result, it is turned into the machine code which is run. And fifth generation languages, they're more closer to natural languages. So you probably will have some experience if you are interested. If you are not, yeah, like you wouldn't encounter them. Okay, I wouldn't go deeper. Now a little bit more about object-oriented programming, why it is nice. So basically the idea of object-oriented programming is coming from using so-called classes of different objects and reusing these classes in order to actually program a computer. So this is hierarchy. Basically, you can look at any vehicle. All vehicles would have certain common, let's say, procedures which are related to them, and certain common data which is linked to them. Yeah. So you can look at the car, Audi car, from the perspective of a vehicle, and then you would think about wheeled vehicles, what is common about them. So each layer of object class would actually inherit certain code or algorithms from the ancestors. So basically, when you think about wheeled vehicles, you would think about automobiles or cars, and then you would have other types too. Yeah. But then the algorithms would be inherited from the previous class, and then finally you would have some, certain type of car. So you wouldn't need to redefine what is the wheel, all the algorithms to actually steer the car. You would rather add more to the previous class. So that is the beauty of object-oriented programming. So this is about reusability. So certain code, certain class can be extended, and you would add more instead of recreating everything from the scratch. You would actually add more methods or more functionality to the existing class. So that is the approach of object-oriented programming.